Hi everyone, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin now to see how its recovery, if at all, is playing out. So this is the 4-hour chart, and we were talking about the fact that we've had a higher low in the price action, which is the first sign of a move from a downtrend to an uptrend. And we were also talking about the fact that we needed to surpass this 3-day 200 MA, get above 89k, which is a significant level on higher time frames, whilst also surpassing this previous swing high at the very least to put in a higher high. And we have now done that, which is fantastic. But as you can see, it wasn't the biggest, the strongest break or the most elegant, but we do need to get above 93k, and we have managed to eke out that higher high. So even though it wasn't a strong move upwards, we now have confirmation of a move from a downtrend to an uptrend. Now, that doesn't mean that the price action for Bitcoin isn't going to roll over from here, right? It may consolidate in this area for a little bit, but what these signals tell us, right, is they tell us that other buyers will also be looking at them, which means more people will now be looking to enter the market than when Bitcoin was just crashing down to local support. We now have some signals suggesting that we're going to have a move from a downtrend to an uptrend like so, and therefore we can act on that. Now, Bitcoin is trying to find its feet above 93k, but it hasn't had a strong breakout. So ideally, we want to see a move up from here to really get above this range and flip this level from resistance to support. And then you could be looked to come in potentially at 93k, but I wouldn't recommend that right now because the market is quite hesitant. So ideally, what we want to see is a move up from here, a rejection from resistance, and then we can look to come back down, look to come in potentially on the 89k once we confirm the SR flip, because this is a significant level on multiple time frames. And obviously with the market being hesitant, you're not necessarily going to jump straight into a bullish move upwards. We're going to have a bit of whipsaw action. We need to take that into account. So we've got the signals we need. That tells us we can start to look for entrances, but we need to be quite conservative with how we approach this as well. And obviously if Bitcoin ascends up from here and just blasts through resistance, then of course we can reevaluate. But any move up from here, as long as we don't surpass 98 or 100k, essentially this resistance zone would equal us looking to come in for a long play at around 89k, as that would give us a significant retrace and a logical place to come in. But if the price action does retrace from where it is now, struggling to hold above 93k, then we might find that 89k and the 3-day 200 MA isn't the best place to come in, because we will likely see a little bit more of a steeper retrace, and 86k therefore might be on the cards. So it's a difficult situation right now for Bitcoin, and there's only a couple of scenarios where you may be wanting to enter at this point. And as I said, that would be a move up from here and then looking to come back down to about 89k, giving the sellers room to take back control and have a nice retrace, and then giving the bulls plenty of time to find their feet at 89k. If we don't get a strong move up from here and we just kind of roll over like this, then 89k is not as a nice a prospect as we would expect, obviously, because the RSI won't move much either on that small move. So ideally we need a move up, but if we do see a move down from here, you may want to reevaluate 89k, because we just haven't quite got the signals we need, or rather the bullish momentum we need to come in. But volume is picking up for the bulls, but it looks like what happens next with 93k will determine where we look to enter our positions. But if we do get a move up, 89k would make sense. But if we get a move down, we're looking for lower price points, and maybe even 82 and 81k again, just to be cautious, because Bitcoin, of course, at the moment is giving us a lot of mixed signals. And even though we have got this nice higher high now on the back of this higher low, there's still a lot of fear, in the market. And until the fervor picks up, we have to understand that local support 82 to 81k is still potentially in play. But that's Bitcoin.